Good afternoon, YouTube, Soul Tribe, the Ether, and the Cosmos, and no, they are not the same. This is your girl, Mighty Mocha, tuning in for Sound Off Sunday. I'm so glad that you could join me. If you choose to join me, if you do not, I still appreciate you all the same. And I have a little bit of a different spread. As you can see, I have some new cards, but I won't get ahead of myself. First, I want to thank those of you all who choose to like, share, comment on my content. To those of you who decide to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate you. So I'm thankful. And I'm sounding off this Sunday about self discovery. I think it's an important thing when we decide to invest in ourselves and to learn about the things that make us who we are in our most, what's the word I want to say? I'm never lost for words, but in our most trans transparent format. I really in most transparent cells. I really think that self-discovery is one of the most important endeavors we could ever embark upon. Um, you know, looking at facts and figures about other people, other things, other situations, other circumstances is a beautiful thing. But looking up facts and figures about yourself and discovering yourself is even a more important endeavor. And I know we've had some conversations in our families on multiple sides about where we come from, the things that propel us, the things that make us us, um, and are coming up with some very interesting facts that I'll probably share with you in the future. But I will say that self discovery to me is one of the most important and critical factors of life that we could ever hope to assume. Like figuring out who we are, making sure we know it. Oh, yes, that's beautiful. Making sure we know who we are, where we come from, to the best of our ability. And while we can't know everything, and while some of it is very scripted and very deliberate, the things that we do know, I think, has the opportunity and the ability to impart some wisdom and some guidance with us, within us, to take certain paths and to think of certain things that we may not have individually or collectively thought of before. So I encourage you all, as always, to look at self discovery as an opportunity to self identify and to gain self wisdom and to gain self knowledge and to therefore propel self to the next level, right? So, you guys know how I do it. I'm not going to talk a whole bunch about that, but yeah, self discovery. Think about it, talk with your families about it. Now's the time. It's never too late, never too early. Do it, right? So I'm going to allow these beautiful tarot cards that I have pulled to kind of help us resonate and bring our message home. So I got my selenite stick somewhere around her. Yeah. So the first card that I pulled, these are going to be my major cards that I pulled. I'm doing something a little different. So I pulled some major cards and then I pulled some clarifying cards that you will see below. The major cards that I pulled are from the Modern Witch the Modern Witch Tarot cards by Lisa Sterile. I think that's her name, Lisa Sterile. And I can check up on it. But the first card that I pulled was the the Hierophant card, which is a Major Arcana 5 card, and that card is all about okay, this This is why I do what I do. I'm sorry, but it's about learning from the past and bringing that information to the front. It's about my Sankofa card, like how we can learn from the past and from others, and how it calls us to unlock our psyche and the hidden potential through diligent study, like just paying attention to what is going on in our tribe and in our network, and seeing how we can infuse that in our today's world. And it's about guidance and being wise and discovering new things, um, that we otherwise would not have known and not thought to look at. And it's about being able to be fearless as a student and being fearless as a disciple. And I don't know about you all, but I kneel at the foot of the Hierophant, because they have stories to tell and they have wisdom to impart upon us all. And we may be able to unlock things that are of our benefit by engaging with the Hierophant. And I'm not only the Hierophant, but I am the Empress and I am the High Priestess. In my family, I come with a different set of wisdom, a different set of hunger for wisdom, a different set of hunger for knowledge, and use my ability to communicate and create structure in order to pass that on to my family and my friends and my even my enemies. Like I just I don't have issues with passing on knowledge. And then of course, of course, the second card that I pulled was the Nine of Cups. Reminds me of one of my grand queens, but that's a whole nother story. But this is about knowing that you have put in the work. And even though you have not at the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, and you have not delivered yourself, that you are close enough to reward yourself and to celebrate yourself because you have put in the work up until this point to be able to pamper yourself and do something wonderful for yourself to show that you love and deserve, all of who you are and not just bits and pieces of who you are. Kylie, get up in your. Really? Why are you all now all of a sudden out of your beanie chairs? No, I'm not interested. Get in it and park it. And then I pulled the world card. And the world card is kind of like one of my favorite cards. And it's one of my cards because it's about completion. It's about knowing that the journey is over, your struggles, your hardships, your triumphs, your tribulations, all of that stuff is over. You have done the work, almost like the Nine of Cups. It's like totally resonating. You have used wisdom, you have used past and present information and knowledge, and you have used works and put in time and effort and consumption. And as a result of that, it brings you to a point of completion, like you are completely fulfilled and unified as a mind, body, soul, conscious and unconscious elements that are in perfect harmony, working together consistently, bursting with, once again, what did I say? Sound Off Sunday is about self love. This is about self love. Why wouldn't this be the center card? It deserves and has earned a place. It's about success. Your hard work is paid off. You passed all these tests, these trials and tribulations. You have done things that others might flee from, and not be committed to. But everything that you were supposed to achieve and attain, is here within you, and you can revel within your glory. You have your wands, and in my case, I would also say your swords. And you can use your swords to cut off energy that no longer serves you. And you can use your wands to burn away things that no longer serves you as well. But you are complete and whole. And we follow that up with the Queen of Cups. And with the Queen of Cups, I love it because the Queen of Cups is all about. Stop, Kennedy. What are you doing? The Queen of Cups is all about being comforted and therapeutically guided. Like you see her, she's resting there. She has her cup. She has this water element. This is a lot of water. These cards are all a lot of water, but she is resting, nestled. You see her little mermaid going on. There's a little bit of jubilee and rejoicing. But the Queen of Cups is about this inner work of emotional stability and empathic creativity. Like she is on her game. She has spent a lot of time within, like making sure that she understands the things that are working at play and keeping her solidly connected. And she has no business, no issues or worries implying her trust or her intuition, because she has a little bit of every energy, the air energy, the water energy, the earth energy. She is grounded and connected and able to imply a lot of her situation in search of wealth and creativity, but it is all done within being using her features within and being grounded. I love the Queen of Cups. And then there is also the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups to me is a little bit different because while the Knight of Cups is charming and confident, and it's wonderful being around this Knight of Cups, that horse right there, that white horse is about emotional stability and being satiated by what the universe has to offer. But the Knight of Cups is also about um, not being focused and not being, you see the horse is looking down, she's looking down at the cup, the horse is looking down at the ground, nobody is looking ahead, nobody is looking up, there's really no direction. And the Knight of Cups is difficult because it says that it's difficult to keep and maintain the solid ground, which is why, just like this Queen of Cups and this Knight of Cups, the Knight and the Queen, however, you see water and earth energy running through them both, right? Right? Because that's what's happening there. And I think it may indicate that we are trying to put our best efforts forward and staying grounded, even though we have this fluid energy around us, and that we don't want to give up on what it is that we're experiencing, but we also have to really trust and believe and look at our intuition. But they're looking away from each other, right? The king, queen is looking this way, the knight is looking that way. There are divergent feelings that are happening between the two. They're not on equal paths. They don't see the same, even though they each hold a cup and they each have a throne that they sit upon and they each have a pathway that they rest upon. They don't entirely agree with their situations. And so, and night, everyone knows, well, anyone who knows tarot knows nights are fleeting. They're in and out. They are trying to search within to find a wealth of creativity and to be guided down the right pathway. Whereas this queen, the queen, sits confidently and securely, and even though she's gazing out, it looks like she's gazing out into the waters. I would kind of like question, is she gazing out into the waters or is she gazing out into her cups? But whatever it is, she's spending the time necessary while the king is on the horse moving. The queen is solid and stable on her foundation. So just know, I'm not going to keep picking it up. Just know that they have, okay, one last time, because Virgo that I am, that's what I do. Just know that these folks may have divergent pathways, even though they may have a connection to one another. The queen sits upright on her throne, securely situated, and the knight is still moving while trying to maintain his cup, look forward, and maintain their emotional stability. I thought that was very interesting. Um, and bless you. You're welcome. And I thought to do a couple of clarifiers um, as a result. And I used the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa DeCourt to do my clarifiers. So I used, the first card that I pulled was the works card, the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to let you see it. Yeah, the works card, the Three of Pentacles. And when I always think about the Three of Pentacles, um, very interesting card. I think about the Three of Pentacles as Mars and Capricorn. It is the artist at work. I've pulled this card before. I'm going to hold it up as I talk about it. But it is the artist at work. It's about technological mastery and recognition of success and achievement. Like you put in the work and done the things that you needed to do. And it totally resonates with the Hierophant. It's totally about I know who I am and I know my self worth and I have self mastery and I have everything that I need to be who I need to be and do what I need to be. And then I pulled the Queen of Cups. And it's so funny. I pulled the Queen of Cups. And when I pulled it, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is just really, it kind of resonates a lot with the Nine of Cups. It's Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups. They're both in the same sector, both doing the same thing and kind of speaking to each other's realities in the same way. So with the Queen of Cups, when I pulled that, I thought about, oh, let me let you see it because it's a fire energy card. It's a fire energy card. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. And it's about as above, as always, as above, so below. And when I pulled the Queen of Cups, I'm like, this is an earth energy card. This is a fire energy card. And the Queen of Cups kind of spoke to me a lot more about fulfillment and about um, water. Even though it's an air energy card, it's kind of like emotional, and it talks about integrity and like this the Nine of Cups about like I put everything I was supposed to put in. I've done the work. I don't need to get a pass. This is a feminine cycle card, and it's about intuition. And this water in this card, even though I mean Queen of Wands, I'm sorry. This energy in this card is so much more um about the level of stability that comes from doing the work. It's a water of fire. And once again, I said uh self discovery and self appreciation and self knowledge. And this cup is definitely about self knowledge and it's about self fulfillment and transformation. And there are dark sides like that leopard. See those dark spots right there and see those light spots right there, those stars. There are dark and light spots. I just said this to a family member today. There are dark and light spots to everybody in every situation and everything. But the strongest stance denotes the power of self assurance. And so that is what is going to reveal itself. The strongest aspects of who we are going to be what reveals itself. So while this is a card of self fulfillment and self transformation, it is meant to show us like this that we have put in the work and are able to actual self actualize in a way that we can be represented almost like the phoenix. Like these are almost like phoenix cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. And here we go. We have the strife card, the Five of Wands. And I think it's just so poignant because this is Saturn. And I don't have to say no more. Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn and Leo. This is Saturn and Leo. This is the strife card. And the Five of Wands is definitely a Saturn and Leo card. It's about frustration and conflict and confrontation. And I think that sometimes we have to confront ourselves, and it aligns with the world card, how there is that infinite satisfaction about how we have come full circle, but yet still we may grapple with who we are and how we present in the world. But this is a beneficial relationship um, that we can have with ourselves through traditional, uh, what I want to say, through traditional methods and circumstances and challenges. Like we can rise to the occasion. The world card says we have risen to the occasion. We have met and addressed the things that we need to meet, and we have been successful in achieving what we need to achieve. And so, oh my gosh, I'm not even caring. I swear I don't. If you don't, I don't. That might have did it, but we gonna keep it moving. And then with the Queen of Cups, we have my favorite, my Virgo favorite, the Hermit card. That's my Hermit card, which, as it resonates with the Queen of Cups, I'm really not even surprised. Like the Hermit card to me is all about, definitely is linked with Virgo, but it's also associated with introspection. And like I said, she's not looking out at the water, she's looking in at that cup, she's looking at her solid foundation. She is meditating, she is taking time and space to pursue what the amount of study and analysis that is necessary. And I just said to a couple of teams that I work with in the workforce about how as I move forward in 2021, I have got to relinquish, I don't know about anybody else, but I have got to relinquish some of my analytical factors, but I know that there are those that serve me very well. And while I retreat and I meditate, so that I can return and help others, I need to definitely make sure that I am working to help me, to focus on the things that really satiate me, build me up, certify me, fortify me, and there are the natural elements there, the water and the grounding, just like there are in this card. And it is most profound. There's my lantern shining my light, my hourglass for the inner time and light and wisdom, and the drum, which symbolizes the unification of Shiva and Shakti, that male and female, that yin yang energy, which is what I said. There is the air energy, and then there's the earth energy, as above, so below. And you can see them resonating on all cards, and it vibrates about the universe, which is like the world card, that universal sound of that cosmic vibration holding to the atoms of the cosmos together. But it's also about um, the belief under one God, which is like the Hierophant to me, and also the Three of Pentacles, and also the Queen of Wands. Like there is this great entity that we serve under, and these dimensions that, whether they are earth, air, fire, water, present themselves to us. The past, the present, and the future, the Holy Trinity. There is sovereignty in over all three worlds, and as a hermit, I'm given sovereignty over all three worlds. Like I have possession over all three, and I have the ability to make a difference in all three worlds, and that is probably what I practice, and that's my own. And then what resonates with the Knight of Wands, I'll put that there, and then put that there, is that Prince of Wands. And the Prince of Wands to me, which is really weird, but the Prince of Wands to me is not weird because it's more earth energy. It doesn't look like it, but it's earth, it's air and fire. The Prince of Wands, it's air of fire, and to me, I embrace it because it's about adventure. It's about, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my grandkids because they wilding, and I'm trying to figure out why this late in the evening. They just should be grateful to be up. But it's about the air, fire, and a sense of adventure, and it's about um, me. I'm gonna hold it up. It's about me and others like us rising like a phoenix. Like the lion to me is like that fearless energy, and I'm coming up out of the fire, and I got my chariot, and I'm being driven forward. And it's about my transformation and spiritual growth, and my ability to focus and concentrate so that I can do what it is that I'm being called to do, and not on one occasion, not on some occasions, but on all occasions. So, not going to talk no more because this has been one of my longer videos. But as a Sunday sound off, like, I invite you all to the pleasure and the power of self love. I invite you all to the pleasure and the power of self introspection. I invite and encourage you all to engage in self healing and self transformation. Like, nobody, not a therapist, not a doctor, not a teacher, not a lawyer, can restore you to your natural self. It is something and a process that you have to fully immerse yourself in and tap into in order to rejuvenate and heal yourself and sustain, request, and sustain the best benefits from. I'm just looking at all these cups. It's 9, it's 10, 11 cups. And I'm looking at the wands, and I'm looking at, they're just beautiful. 3 wands, 4 wands, 5, 6, 7. It's beautiful. It's beautiful for me. I don't look at them as something to be fearful of. I look at them as protection and guidance and tutelage. And I hope that you do too. So I hope this Sound Off Sunday has been beneficial to you guys. And with that, I thank you always for liking, sharing, and commenting on my content and subscribing to my channel. And I'm gonna rest my wand with that and bid you all a beautiful and serene Sunday, and hope to see you for Mission Driven Monday tomorrow. And I wish you all love, light, peace, and happiness. One.